Football's feuds on air, when criticism hits too close to home. Picture this, two football legends, once rivals on the pitch, now clashing words in a post-match interview after Liverpool's narrow 1-0 victory over Real Madrid. It's the kind of drama that keeps fans glued to their screens, isn't it? But here's where it gets controversial. Virgil van Dijk, Liverpool's captain, didn't hold back in calling out Wayne Rooney's harsh words live on air. This isn't just about a game. It's about how criticism can fuel or fracture a team's spirit. And this is the part most people miss. The human side of these public spats, where apologies aren't always needed, but perspectives sure are. Virgil van Dijk addressed Wayne Rooney's over-the-top remarks directly during a live conversation with Amazon Prime broadcasters following Tuesday's match. As Liverpool's skipper, he fielded questions from the panel, which included Rooney himself. Recall that just last month, on the Wayne Rooney show, the former Manchester United and England striker took aim at the demeanour, the body language, of Van Dijk and his teammate Mohamed Salah. This came after Liverpool suffered 4 straight Premier League losses in a row, a rare stumble for a team accustomed to high standards. Van Dijk had previously labelled Rooney's take as lazy criticism, prompting Rooney to reiterate his points. Now, face-to-face for the first time since those exchanges, the encounter felt a tad uncomfortable, but it unfolded in a professional, if awkward, manner. Let's break down how the conversation played out step by step, to make it crystal clear even for newcomers to football drama. Van Dijk strolled over to the Amazon Prime crew on the pitch and exchanged greetings with everyone, including Rooney, positioning himself right beside the ex-England star. The chat kicked off with host Gabby Logan asking Van Dijk to reflect on the win, then touching on Liverpool's recent slump and the significance of a team huddle following their 2-1 defeat to Manchester United back on October 19. Van Dijk replied, "It's straightforward to claim now, post 2 consecutive victories, that the meeting made a big difference. But amid all that turmoil, you have to keep your cool and gain some clarity. Back in October, there was still plenty of season left, tons of matches, unexpected turns, and sometimes the buzz around us felt overwhelming." He said this with a slight grin. Logan probed, "Are you pointing fingers at anyone here?" Van Dijk, "No, not at all, but here's the key. It's crucial to maintain perspective, focus on your tasks, and push through. Our talent isn't the problem, it's about grinding it out and persevering." Fellow pundit Robbie Fowler asked, "Do the external distractions bother you, or do you just keep your head down and do your job, correcting misconceptions along the way?" Van Dijk, "You all get it. We're a squad of 25 players, with many young talents and a few veterans like me. Everyone's juggling different lives. Personally, it doesn't faze me, but as captain, I'm mindful of teammates who might feel the pressure." Logan followed up, "Has any of the critique been justified, in your view?" Van Dijk, "Absolutely, losing 4 or 5 games straight as a Liverpool player warrants fair scrutiny, that's just part of the game. But sometimes it goes overboard, amplified by the sheer number of platforms and voices out there. It's helpful when ex-professionals who've faced tough times themselves offer a balanced view." He smiled as Rooney chuckled. Rooney jumped in, "I'm staying quiet now, because I reckon my comments lit a fire under them and sparked this winning run. What I said seemed spot on at the time. After winning the Premier League, a losing streak of 3 or 4 games is unexpected for Liverpool. As captain, Virgil, it's your role to rally the troops, which is what I meant. That's football, and the response from Virgil and the team has been spot on." Van Dijk added, "If you look at those games, I'd own up to it fully. The idea that I inked a new contract and then switched off, that felt off-base to me. But that's just my take, and we're moving past it." After wrapping up the interview, Van Dijk shared hugs with Rooney and the rest of the Amazon Prime group before heading off. Now, isn't this a prime example of how criticism in football can be a double-edged sword? On one hand, it might motivate players to bounce back stronger, as Rooney jokingly suggests here. On the other, Van Dijk's point about over-the-top noise highlights how social media and pundits can inflate minor issues into major distractions. What do you think? Does public scrutiny help teams grow, or does it just add unnecessary stress? Could there be a controversial angle here, like whether ex-players should stick to their opinions even if current stars push back? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you side with Van Dijk's call for perspective, or Rooney's motivational jab? Let's discuss.